This is Quinn Russ's speech. My name is Courtney Burnett, and I'll be functioning as the sixth person. Okay, and you guys can take a seat.
Thank you.
Greetings everyone, my name is Quinn Russ, and today I will be doing an informative speech regarding marijuana. More than 24 million Americans have smoked marijuana, and then that is 1 out of every 13 citizens. This is even without including the number of citizens who have used marijuana for strictly medical reasons. The purpose of this presentation is to inform you about marijuana. Marijuana use is much more prevalent now than it was before, and the chances of you meeting someone who has used it are high, so you can gain from this speech by getting informed about marijuana and the circumstances around it. Now, marijuana is a standout drug that has gained significant national attention. I will discuss what marijuana is, what the trends are, and what the arguments are. So to start off, I will explain what marijuana is. Okay, so Webster's dictionary defines marijuana as this. It's also known as cannabis, and Webster's dictionary says that it is usually dried leaves and flowers from the hemp plant that are used as a drug. Someone might also ask about the effects of marijuana. They are neurological and what's called the gateway drug theory, and also some safety effects as well. Regarding the neurological effects, a 2013 assessment comparing different structural and functional imaging studies reveals brain alterations in long-term marijuana users, which were found to be possibly linked to marijuana exposure. As for the gateway drug theory, the gateway drug hypothesis says that marijuana use elevates the likelihood of trying more potent drugs. Now, this hypothesis has been fiercely debated as it is seen by some as the primary reasoning for the prohibition of marijuana use in the United States. And in terms of safety effects, there is serious skepticism among cardiologists, prompting research, but not definitive proof, that marijuana use has the potential to contribute to cardiovascular illness. Marijuana is believed to be an intensifying factor in some cases of arteritis, a condition that sometimes leads to amputation. Now, however, because 97% of the patients involved in this study also smoked tobacco, a formal association with marijuana could not be made. Next, I will discuss some mainstream marijuana trends. So first of all, we can talk about the states with the legalization of medical marijuana. There are 23 states and also the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., that have legalized regulated medical marijuana use. Colorado is one state that has stood out in the headlines after a majority of its November 2012 voters supported its recent authorization of a broader marijuana use. Now, Amendment 20 passed in 2000 and it took effect the following year, exempting patients with written documentation from their physicians from criminal sanctions. Now, Amendment 64 passed in 2012, mandating that there shall be an amendment to the Colorado Constitution concerning marijuana, and in connection therewith, providing for the regulation of marijuana, permitting a person 21 years of age or older to consume or possess limited amounts of marijuana, allowing licensed production facilities, retail stores, taxation, and so on and so forth. Now, this was the first non-medical marijuana use that had been legalized in that state. Now, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, publicly released the results from the 2012 National Survey on Drug Use and Health. This survey is of 70,000 Americans 12 years of age or older. The relevant marijuana data are that 7.3% of Americans surveyed in 2012 confirmed marijuana use within the past month. Now, this is an increase from 7% in 2011 and 6.2% in 2002. Now, 12.1% of Americans surveyed in 2012 confirmed marijuana use in the past year. Now, this is an increase from 11.5% in 2011 and 11% in 2002. Now, according to a published report, marijuana in the states is entitled "Marijuana in the States" in 2012, analysis and detailed data on marijuana use and arrests, and this is something that appeared on the regulatingcannabis.com website, news website. According to that report, police made an estimated 750,000 arrests for marijuana violations in 2012, and this is a 110% increase in annual arrests since 1991. Finally, I will talk about some arguments made in the marijuana legalization debate. Now, someone might ask the question, should states review their marijuana laws? North Carolina has had an attitude divide toward recreational drug use, suggesting that tobacco is okay and alcohol is not that okay. Now more attention is being concentrated on marijuana. It is now legal to buy marijuana in Colorado and Washington, and the New York Times recently urged for the national legalization of marijuana use. Even the so-called conservative North Carolina legislature took a step toward marijuana by allowing patients with persistent seizures to be treated with the cannabidiol extracted from hemp as long as they qualify for pilot studies. The law allows selected universities in the state to grow marijuana for the study. Now, another question is, why did North Carolina authorize a marijuana product? Now, there has been a movement in North Carolina led by mothers and fathers in North Carolina to get legislation passed that would legalize cannabidiol, which is a strain of the marijuana plant believed to reduce seizures and in epileptic children. Now, State Representative Pat McElrath introduced legislation aimed at doing just that. Now, the bill allows the use of hemp oil for patients who suffer from intractable seizures. Now, McElrath insists that the so-called Hope for Haley and Friends bill does not legalize medical marijuana, but rather that this is only a medicine for these children so that they can develop motor skills. So in conclusion, marijuana is a drug containing substances that cause noticeable changes in the body. Its usage has evolved from a little-known idea to an entirely taboo concept to a practice that is both controversial and legal in some places. And so continued discussion of it appears inevitable. So anyone can meet someone who has used marijuana. However, knowing about the nature, impacts, and outlook of marijuana can aid a person in developing an educated view of it and its usage. I thank you for your time. These are the references that I used to put this presentation together, and I hope you take an interest in learning more about this topic. Thank you.
Okay, and everybody can just come in. Again, my name is Courtney, and these are Quinn's 6 audience members.